So it wasn't exactly dramatic news when the Associated Press, in its infinite wisdom, decided that Donald Trump had now officially clinched the Republican nomination by getting over that magic 1237 number. Remember how we all used to obsess over that and do the math and the scenarios and the maps? We knew this was coming, but nevertheless, breaking news banners all over every cable network because it is now official, sort of, that Donald Trump has accomplished something that certainly very few in the media, not to mention the political establishment, thought he would accomplish. And of course, he decided to beat the press, and he was giving a pretty substantive, serious news conference about various issues till Elizabeth Warren came up and he called her Pocahontas and talked about her high cheekbones. That's the Trump style. But now at a time when Trump is trying to unify the party, he is going to be the GOP standard bearer. It's kind of hard to fully understand why in the last 48 hours or so he has totally gone off on various Republican targets. This is particularly true when Trump went to New Mexico and took a couple of whacks at the Republican governor, Susana Martinez, who has not endorsed him and has been critical of the way he talks about immigration. But still, he's in her state. She kind of fits the profile of the sort of voter that he needs. She is the nation's first and only female Hispanic governor of either party. And yet he sort of unnecessarily picked a fight with her. And while he was at it, he went off on Mitt Romney, and he's certainly slammed Romney many times, but now he not only was a choke artist, but he is a guy who looks like a penguin when he walks. And who else did he go after? I'm kind of losing track. Jeb Bush, he hopes Low Energy Jeb might one day endorse him. And even after Bill Kristol, the Weekly Standard editor, we claimed nobody knows who he is, and he'd barely heard of the magazine. Then he said the magazine is failing. All fine. Kristol has been extremely critical of Trump and leading an effort, so far unsuccessful, to find any conservative to lead a third-party challenge to Trump and Hillary Clinton. But it was Kristol who said on Twitter, I'm not going to respond to Trump by punching down, but, Donald Trump wasting his time, I guess, beating up on Bill Kristol. What's hard to understand here is, on the one hand, it is this loudmouth New York Street approach to politics that got Donald Trump to where he is. And yet now that he has the prize and needs the GOP to fall in behind him and is trying to get Paul Ryan's endorsement and all of that, he's still picking fights with his own party. Does that make a lot of sense? Or maybe, it doesn't matter in the end whether Paul Ryan or Mitt Romney or Bill Kristol likes Donald Trump. The polls show that more rank-and-file Republicans are falling in behind him, and that number will probably go up. But sometimes you wonder whether Trump just can't help himself, whether it's on Twitter or on television or at one of these rallies. He has to get his licks in. He has to counterpunch. He has to ridicule his opponents. Made a lot of sense when he was running against 16 other people. Now he's going to be the nominee. He still seems to be fighting that war.